evening, good people of Snowden, and welcome to the inaugural soiree of the new community center. Yay! 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 Woo! Woo! Yay! 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 Sorry. Tonight's theme is Knowledge Explosion. We have so many fun brain foods. Yes. Brought to you by our very own Hank Bearington. Woo! Sorry. And tons of wonderful activities, including the brain-tingling, thought-provoking trivia teaser held and hosted by our local librarian, Walter Benji. Woo! That'll be the last one, I promise. All are welcome to participate in the fun activities, or if you like, you can just mingle and enjoy. So, mingle and enjoy.
Good evening, Miss Owlet! How is tutoring coming along? Quite well, actually. The Lynx boys are picking up all the information quite quickly. Splendid! Did you meet my little Georgie? He just flew in this morning. No, I haven't.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
Good evening, Janet. Glenda. Ah, Miss Icicle! Have you had the pleasure of meeting my son, George? I don't believe I have. Miss Owlet is the town's school teacher and private tutor, and Miss Icicle stays at home with the children all day. We don't stay at home all day. We do school wherever is most effective at the time.
Interesting. And how do your students do sitting in a cramped building all day?
Well, I've found that my students benefit greatly from the elimination of outside distractions.
Is that so? I find it so much more effective to learn from exploring the world while gathering the basic knowledge one needs to be successful at life. It's really integrate the curriculum we are learning into everyday valuable lives. But to each their own. Aaron! Save me from the giant two goblins of the night! Isaac, not now. We're in a public space. You're so boring! Come on, twin goblins. Lucy will save me from you. The twin goblins relent for no one. Join us, Isaac. Okay! Hey, Ma. How you guys doing?
Hey, sweetheart. Have you met George?
I don't believe I have. Hi, I'm Aaron. I heard you just turned 12. I'm turning 12 next week.
Good evening, Ed. It's nice to find someone about my age.
Georgie just flew in from studying abroad at his boarding school in Egypt.
Oh, really? I'm sure Isaac would love to hear about it. He's fascinated by mummies. Really, anything that's considered a monster. Anyways, come on. I'll show you to the rest of the others. Thank you!
Oh, look at little Georgie making friends. Isn't that nice? Indeed. I was just talking to Chase about how Aaron needed more friends his age. I hope the intelligence gap doesn't sabotage them. What do you mean, intelligence gap? I mean, Georgie really is so much smarter than any of the children here. I wouldn't say that. My students are coming along quite well for their age. Well, of course they are. But with George's intellect and his superior educational system, he can't help but be ahead. What's wrong with the public school system? Well, for starters, it can't be good for the students to be stuck in a building all day. That's something we can agree on. It helps their focus. I can't imagine running around Egypt helps students retain any information other than ancient history. That's why they have basic education from 9 to 3. If they're sitting from 9 to 3, what makes that different than regular school? He's exposed to the culture surrounding him. That's more than I can say for your children who are only exposed to homemaking. My children learn something new every day, and I have them meeting all the milestones required of them. Why don't we put them to the test? What do you mean? It's trivia night. Why don't we just keep track of how many questions each student gets right? The method with the most questions right is the superior educational system. Well, I don't know about... No, I agree with Janet. It will settle this. I don't think this is... If George is so far ahead, you should have nothing to worry about. I just don't want Georgie to put your children to shame. I think it will be closer of a call than you think. All right, then.
Do you have any caviar?
No, I don't think I do, no.
Pity.
You know, I have some anchovies I can pull off a pizza and slice them up for you. It's not caviar, but if I cut it small enough, it'll look similar.
With the mayor being a man of culture, I thought he would choose a better menu.
Well, I'm sorry, but... Oh, Chase, yes! What will you have?
Oh, I'll just have the company.
Are you sure? I have anchovy pizza as well as fish sticks for the kiddos.
No, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't have any complaints.
Splendid. Good to hear that. Otis really did a bang-up job at this community center.
Indeed.
Lucy! No!
It's too late for that, Isaac. We've turned her into a robot and shall use her to destroy you.
You can't do that!
Says who?
The robot laws!
Well, that's just made up.
No, it isn't. Mommy taught us.
Let me go double check with Dad! Dad! Do robots have laws?
Yeah, I think there's 4, son.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't need to know. I just need the confirmation. You see, robots have laws, and one is they cannot hurt people, but 2 are that not people. So Robo Lucy works for me now. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, attack!
Run for your life, Goblin Brother. Chase, did you just say there are 4 laws of robotics? Yeah, I think so. But no, you're quite mistaken, good sir. There are in fact 5. No, that can't be right.
No, it's not. There's definitely 2. I know for a fact.
No, I'm pretty sure there's more than 2. Precisely. I am the most confident here that there are 5.
Good evening, all. It is I, the mayor. I am so glad all these neighbors are enjoying the nice soiree.
Mr. Mayor, how many laws of robotics are there?
Well, I don't know. I think there's 10.
10?
10? Well, I'm certainly closest to that answer.
Well, how did you get that?
Let's see. There's thou not shalt kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt honor thy mother and father.
Leonard, those are the 10 commandments.
Oh dear. I guess you're right, but you know, honor thy mother and father. That would make a little more sense. I just assumed it was the case for creator in this sense.
I'm almost certain there are 4.
But then again, why should the laws for machine be any different from those for man?
There are 2, I promise you. There are 2.
No, I'm sticking to my guns. 10 it is. There are 10.
Well, let's just wait till the end of Walter's little trivia night, and then he can confirm with evidence that I am sure they're correct. And it is 5.
I don't know about that.
Well, Gunther is right. Walter will have the sources to back him up, whatever his claim is, so whatever Walter says is right.
Fine.
I suppose we'll just have to ask him when trivia is over, which I think is about to begin right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the, what was it, Mayor? Oh, yes, the Trivia Teaser! Ooh! With me, your host, Walter Bearington! Tonight, I have 12 riveting questions for all of you, and try to answer. So get your pencils out and be ready, because tonight's first question is a bit of a doozy. Who is the first president of the United States of America?
What is George Washington?
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you don't have to answer in the form of a question. That being said, correct! George Washington was the first president of the United States and served 2 terms before declining to run for a 3rd time, setting up the American tradition that the United States president only serves 2 terms in office. Now, let's try some math. If Melvin, our local mailman, has 5 letters and picked up 4 letters from the outskirts, how many letters does Melvin have left?
Ooh, I know. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9! Yeah, 9.
Correct! How about some literature? Here's a question. Name one of the Danish author Hans Christian Andersen's many fairy tales.
That would be The Emperor's New Clothes, I believe.
That's right! Other well-known and popular works are his Little Mermaid, The Princess and the Pea, and Snow Queen. Now, let's talk about time. What time is it when the little hand of the clock points to 7 and the big hand points to 6?
Ooh! Is it 7:30?
Yes, it is. It is certainly getting late. Let's try an easy one next. What is the 4th letter of the alphabet?
D as a donut.
Brilliant! How about some geography? How many continents are there?
What is 7, Uncle Walter?
Again, no questions needed, but correct. There are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Let's move down a little to a smaller of the geographical scale. What are the 4 directions of a compass in order?
North, east, south, west.
Correct! Now, let's try some more complex math. What is 20% of 10?
That would be 2.
Indeed. What about some geometry? Name 3 of the 6 types of triangles.
Oh, Tommy and I just went over this. Let's see. Equilateral, isosceles, scalene, right, obtuse, and the cube.
I only asked for 3, but you gave me all 6. Correct. Who knows some chemistry? What is the boiling point of water?
100 degrees Celsius and 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Correct. Let's wind down with a little architecture. What is the best shape for making strong structures?
Triangles, because they distribute weight equally.
Correct. And lastly, what are the 3 secondary colors?
Oh, I know it! Orange, purple, and green, because they're made up of the primary colors red, yellow, and blue.
Correct. And with that, tonight's trivia teaser challenge is complete. If you really were not keeping score, we have a 6-way tie between all the children of Snowden. This town really does have some bright young individuals. With that, trivia night is concluded. Unless anyone else has some questions.
Yes, so I have a question.
Gunther, what are you doing?
I'm proving a point, my dear.
Darling, please. George has already embarrassed me enough.
Trust me, darling. I propose the question. How many laws of robotics are there?
Definitely 2.
4, I think. I assure you, there are 5.
The laws of man and robot are the same, so there must be 10.
Incorrect. There are 3 laws of robotics, which were first spoken of in 1942 short story by Issac are: a robot must not injure a person and must protect them from all harm at all costs. A robot must not disobey direct orders, and a robot must preserve its own existence. These 3 rules were fictional ground lines for the societal of robots and people, but will occasionally be implemented in real-life scenarios.
I guess I was wrong. You learn something new every day, don't you? I stand by my statement. The robot should be held to the same rule and standard as all other sentient life.
If there are no other trivia questions, then that concludes our game, and I hope you all had fun and continue to learn.
Well, I must say I am ashamed of how George performed tonight. Why? He answered quite a few correctly. He is much smarter than that. I, for one, think all of the children performed wonderfully. As do I. Well, I do owe you an apology. It appears our children are of equal intellectual standing. I guess it really doesn't matter how you educate your children, as long as they're getting an education. And the information they're learning is true. Glenda, would George like to join my children for a field trip to the outskirts to learn about the water cycle? He would love to.